Why are we in Sao Paulo again? Anyways, guys, what you're watching this on, that's where the game's on. First time for everything. First ever free NFL game. I mean, there was the satellite thing. That was like, I wasn't alive when they used that. Anyway, though, yeah, let's get into it. And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Fun NFL. Welcome to the second game of this 2025 season. We're doing a prediction, which will come up in a minute. With that said, though, again, this is a massive game, not only for me, not only for every other YouTube creator that is around the NFL, but anyone who is involved in YouTube, because this is the first ever legitimately free NFL game. I mean, I guess if you don't have any internet or technology, that's really the only thing holding you back. This will be crazy. I'm super excited for it. Again, this means a lot, and yeah, I'm ready to go. Anyway, though, the actual matchup is the Chiefs and Chargers. They have not played in the opening weeks, if I'm not mistaken, since no, they did in 2018. Other than that, they played in 2016. You'll see the ending of that later. Mike McCoy is there, but yeah, they played in 2018 too. That was Mahomes' first real start. But anyway, back on the point of this game. These two teams, again, same division. The Chargers have really been the only team that's been like pretty competitive with the Chiefs. They have won the division since 2018, or really honestly 2016 in some ways as well. But for the Chargers specifically, last season when they played the Chiefs, week 4 they struggled mightily offensively, only scoring 10 points, ended up losing 17-10. I mean, it took Rashee Rice out with it, so again they didn't come away with nothing. And then again we look at week 14 when the Chiefs clinched the division. For what was it, the 10th straight, something ridiculous like that straight year. The Chargers in that game, again, lost on a doink of a game-winning field goal. With that said, though, Chiefs, they're trying to tie the Patriots with 8 consecutive AFC Championship appearances. No team, again, honestly, championship game appearances. That starts right here in Sao Paulo. Again, we'll get more into this in a minute, but again, Mahomes isn't coming off the best past 2 seasons, at least statistically. They're really trying to preface putting the ball downfield a lot more, which I honestly, or put more emphasis, there we go, that's some good English, on pushing the ball downfield more. Again, they will have the guys, we'll get to that in a minute, if they actually can do that. That's just really messing me up. Anyway, though, the game is going to be at 8 o'clock. Pre-game show with Kay Adams and Cam Newton. I mean, those are two very, very good personalities for very similar reasons. They'll be, again, going on at 7. Again, it's going to be on YouTube. Again, if you have YouTube TV, I guess you watch it on there. But again, it's free. It's on YouTube. Again, I've said it a million times. Anyway, though, you can actually watch this with Tom Grossi as well. So, yeah, shout out to him. He's doing this, as well as Speed. That'll be interesting. And then, again, there's 2, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Spanish telecasts or broadcasts. Oh, no, it's telecasts. So, again, if you listen to it in Spanish, you can do that as well. I don't really know the personalities, but that's what I have there. With that said, though, yeah, that's what you get for the studio and all that. Rich Eisen and Kurt Warner on the call. Who's doing the sideline? I don't really know. I don't really care, to be honest with you guys, either. Maybe it's, who is it? Stacey Dales is there? Melissa Stark? Who knows? Probably Stacey Dales. Anyway, though, last year they played, again, first NFL game ever in Brazil, being Sao Paulo. That game was kind of pathetic for a lot of reasons. Again, there's, again, the rumors that, again, it's not a safe place. I'm not going to act like Sao Paulo is the greatest place in the world, but it's not the worst place in the world either. But again, I think the really biggest concern is that no one really freaking gave an F about that game when we look back, again, at the fans who were there, and also the field was absolute crap. I hope it's better this time, but again, Mahomes tears his ACL on this turf, or this field. I'm legitimately going to file, not me, but the Chiefs are probably going to file a grievance against the NFL, and there's going to probably be some labor dispute, because there's no way that should be happening. But anyway, I'm not a fan of this game being played in Sao Paulo. I didn't think it was a good thing last year. Again, I understand you're giving them a second chance here, but I don't really love it. Again, I love that it's on YouTube. All right, done with that rant, though. Yes, what was it? The Chiefs and the Chargers, it was, oh yeah, what is it called? When they played in 2018, again, Mahomes' debut. There we go. All right, Chiefs starting lineup. Mahomes, a quarterback, as we all know. He's trying to put up better numbers. Pacheco, coming off a pretty bad season. He was injured for most of it. We'll see what happens with him. Kareem Hunt's the backup. They brought him back. Elijah Mitchell's probably the best running back in this room, to be honest with you. I don't really know why he's not the starter. And Rashard Smith, I don't know who might be around. Xavier Worthy coming into his sophomore season, very promising. Rookie season in a lot of ways. I hope he can step up. Hollywood Brown, again, is back and healthy. He really didn't play much at all last year and wasn't that impressive when he was out there. Juju's back. He was there last year. He should be a decent slot option. Jalen Royals is out for this game. He's probably the most talented guy in terms of, again, off the line right now. Tyquan Thornton is on this team, Jason Brownlee, and then you get a bunch of other guys, but none of these guys are good. Rasheed Rice suspended the first 6 games because he's been a naughty boy this offseason. Travis Kelce, Noah Gray, again, a tight end. They even brought in Robert Tonyan, and then Jared Wiley's probably their special teamer there. Josh Simmons, they're raving him at left tackle. I think, again, similar to Jeffrey Simmons in the 2023 draft, or 2019 draft, my bad. He had an injury, again, after, 3 games last year, and then that really turned down his draft stack. I'm not going to act like I was the biggest fan of him coming out, but I did like his technique a lot, and they really do, and I think that, again, if he, again, does is how he did in preseason and in camp, he should absolutely be a star left tackle for them as a rookie. Again, if he doesn't make all-rookie team, I think it'll be, I won't say incredibly disappointing, but definitely disappointing. Wanya Morris, I guess he's a good backup. Kingsley Sumatala is getting a shot here left guard. They don't really have anyone else to play there. Jalen Moore, I don't really know why they signed him to that contract. Again, he's just not that good. We all knew that. Creed Humphrey's probably the best center in football. Trey Smith is an elite right guard, and then Jawan Taylor is about as run-of-the-mill as you get at right tackle. All right, defensively, Omar Nunn is going to slide in as, again, a primary pass rush, 3-tech defensive tackle. That is what you'll see out of him. He is not a good run defender, but he provides very, very good versatility and explosiveness as a pass rusher, which is very rare to find a defensive tackle coming out of the draft. Chris Jones, we all know who he is. Probably not the same guy he was maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, but he's still a good player. Jerry Tiller, Derek Nani will probably get in as well. They get good rotation going there. Mike Dana, he arguably is a solid, I don't call him number 1 guy, but he gives you a very reliable play one-on-one. And then you got some other depth guys, a special guy like Charles Mendy who's there as well. Felix Anduki-Uzama, I don't know what happened to him, but again, he's been incredibly disappointing so far in his career. IR, okay. This is a guy who's just absolutely awful, and maybe, I don't know, they're trying to create space for him. We'll see what happens. Linebacker core, one of the best in football. Drew Tranquill is very reliable. Lilo Chanel's one of the best in football, and Nick Bolton is an absolute beast. Trey McDuffie, again, their number corner. They haven't found an extension yet. That is a big storyline for this defense. We'll see if they can do that at some point. Christian Fulton, again, very solid signing there. Again, he's older, doesn't really give the same quality of man coverage, but he's still a solid player. Jalen Watson, again, high ceiling slot, and then Noel Williams and Josh Williams, really more Noel Williams because he beat him out. Should get a shot to start. Brian Cook, Shamari Connor there at safety. Jaden Hicks, who again had a decent rookie season, will probably get there as well. Harrison Buckers, the kicker, and again, Matt Rise, the punt god, is at punter. Long snapper, gonna give some love there. James Winchester, but he's been there for a while now. Moving over to the Chargers. Because technically they are the home team. I'll get into this in a second. But Justin Herbert at quarterback, again, he's coming off probably the worst game of his career with 4 interceptions. See what he can do bouncing back here. And, again, his first game back. Again, obviously. But Omarion Hampton, Najee Harris in the backfield. Omarion Hampton, I expect to get at least 20 carries in this one. Again, that seems a little bit high, but especially with this matchup, I don't know. I just see that happening. Lavin McConkey, again, their number 1 receiver coming off a very fun rookie season. Quentin Johnson, I guess he's back from that concussion. And then you got Keenan Allen. After that's kind of really not that good. But again, Trace Harris will probably get a couple targets. Will Disley, Tyler Conklin, tight end. Orion Gatson had a very good preseason. And camped to earn himself a pretty solid spot in this team. Scott Matlock will be a solid run-blocking fullback, considering Will Disley isn't the greatest there. He's not bad, but he's just not the most impactful. Joe All is now not moved to left. Yeah, he's right. Was he the left? I don't understand. Yeah, he moved to left tackle. Natural position there again, considering he played right tackle last year. I'm going to be a little bit worrisome because I think there'll be definitely some guys you go against that he's not going to really be the greatest against, but overall he'll still probably have a really solid season. Zion Johnson, Mekhi Becton, and their signee over there against Zion Johnson, their first round pick a couple years ago. Then Bradley Bozeman, who's not great but decent center. Jamari Salyer is a solid backup. Trey Pipkins, though, moving to the right tackle, definitely more athletic than Jamari, and I think he'll still be a good player. They have very solid depth in this offensive line, again, especially losing Rashawn Slater for the year. That'll be a big help for them. I guess. I don't know. It's not good they lost Rashawn Slater, obviously. For this defense, the D-line is very suspect because you got a guy like Keir Charles, who's a solid nose tackle, but then you got Deshaun Hand and Odi Ogbonnia, who are very inconsistent and at times are very bad against the run. And they got Naquan Jones, who's solid against the run, but it really doesn't give you much of anything as pass rusher. And I'm surprised Justin Abagigo from Alabama a couple years ago made this team. Whatever, though. Tua Tuipulotu is their number 1 pass rusher right now. I really do think that Klumack is probably the most consistent guy, but Tuli has the best pass rush toolbox and is younger and is more explosive. But yeah, Kilmack's still great. Kyle Kennard, Bud Dupree, those are rotation guys. Bud Dupree still give you some decent play. And then Dan Henley, who is coming off a great rookie season. Denzel Perryman, who's solid. And then Troy Dye. And Junior Colston's on IR because he's not good. I don't know. He's injured. But did he tear his ACL? I think it's something bad like that, right? No, shoulder, my bad. Oh, he's out. Yeah, that's what I thought. He was out the entire season. I'm not completely surprised. No, he's not. You know what, bro? Get your shoulder back. We'll see what you can do next season. Dante Jackson, he's okay. Cam Harney and Tareeb still the 2 sensational rookies for this team last season, and you got some decent depth there as well. Again, with Derwin James, solid safety duo, and Elijah Molden, who's coming from a very good season. Dicker, the kicker, J.K. Scott, and Josh Shears. I don't know what they're going to be doing at long snapper. Maybe Honor James, you'll be the long snapper. I don't know. With that said, though, the last time, again, these 2 teams they actually played internationally before. They played in Mexico when they used to do that at Estadio Azteca. Again, I don't even know where it was. Mexico City, maybe. That was in 2019, right before COVID. Or not right before, but before COVID. Again, the Chiefs won that one 24-17. That was a pretty crazy game. I honestly see a similar thing playing out. I think there'll definitely be some awkward parts of this game. I don't see this going to be the most smooth game. I think it'll be definitely a good one, though, overall. I think it won't be like one of those games, again, like I said, it'll be slow-moving probably. Again, YouTube probably doesn't want it. But again, if they get 10 million viewers at some point, I don't really think they care. But I think at the end of the game, it will come down to somewhat the wire. Again, probably a very clutch play. And honestly, guys, I think the Chiefs will take this one because of that. I think it'll be, I think that they'll definitely push the ball down the field. I see a couple turnovers, though, coming from them, which could hurt them. But overall, I still think it's going to be a lower-scoring game. I'm going to say they win this one 18-14. Weird score, but... You know, we're going to go for it. Chiefs, 18-14 over the Chargers. They get a Week 1 win. Chargers fall to 0-1. I don't even know who they're playing in Week 2. Don't really care either. We'll get to that when we need to. But that is your Week 1 Sal Powell NFL game. Again, I don't like that it's there. Again, I went on a rant earlier about that. But that's all I got for you guys here. Enjoy the game, and see you for the recap tomorrow. And also go check out the NFL kickoff recap as well.
Ryder Smith. Smith slices in. Touchdown, Kansas City wins it. What a comeback. What a game. They're going to review it as they do all scoring plays.